Hello there. Yo, we are continuing our journey of Breaking Bad, ladies and gentlemen, and watching the series for the first time. It is your boy Elie Moses, your 22-year-old law and field shooting here from Sydney, Australia. Shooting his shot, baby. Listen. We don't need to worry about getting that in because Arsenal won on the weekend, so that's fine. And this show has been a massive W so far. Only 2 episodes in, and I can tell it's already going to be a fantastic show. But yeah, we're up to episode 3. It is titled "And the Bag's in the River." And I love the continuation of the episode 2 title, "Cats in the Bag, ... and the bag's in the river." So I cannot wait to see what we have in store in this episode. I'm waiting to see when Walter pulls the trigger on letting, his wife know about his situation. But I'm loving this show so far. I'm interested to see whether Walter also pulls the trigger on killing Crazy 8. So let's find out. And yeah, let's waste no more time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the reaction. And if you do, feel free to like, share, subscribe. And yeah, support the channel if you can. So yeah, as always, let's get right into the reaction. Let's smash this thing and let's see what this show is cooking up. Let's go. Apologies for any background noise as well in advance because it is 40 degrees today here. So the aircon is on. So that's just to let you know. R.I.P. Emilio. And once again, I know I hate to pause, but I like to pause to comment on certain things I find interesting. And once again, they're using that sort of from the beneath camera angle and that see-through sort of view we get from underneath. And I'm guessing that's filmed from a different different sort of sound stage right there, because obviously we get a clear view of what they're washing up, obviously from Emilio's remains and all the hydrofluoric acid and everything like that. But I'm interested to see whether it is actually see-through from beneath, and that's the way the set is built in terms of the house, or some sections of the house, and it's really well covered up in terms of like when they're filming that scene right there and it's covered up in all the remains, or it's actually filmed on a different sort of setting or a different set right there to get those, from the beneath shots that we saw last episode in the bathtub as well. Very interesting camera work so far this season, and I like it. I like that unique approach and seeing different situations from different angles. I love that about this show so far.
Let's break it down. Hydrogen. What does that give us?
By mole, we're looking at 63%.
63? Wow. Oh, wait a minute. What about calcium? Calcium's not a trace. It's got a whole skeleton to account for.
You would think, right?
Right?
Calcium.
Damn.
Calcium is only 0.25%.
Put that in the museum with the dinosaurs.
Hello? Seriously? Damn, I never would have thought that. Okay, so where does iron fit in?
Iron. 0.00004%.
What? You can't have hemoglobin without iron.
Apparently it don't take much.
Oh, damn, go figure.
Is this overlapped
sodium.
with
Sodium.
Walter meeting Mrs. White?
Phosphorus. 0.19.
0.19. There we go. So, the whole thing adds up to 99.888042%. We are 0.111958% shy.
Supposedly that's everything.
Yeah? Just seems like something's missing, doesn't it? There's got to be more to a human being than that.
Damn. Oh, I like that right there. I think they're looking at the percentages or talking about the percentages of the makeup of the human body. And at the same time, we're getting the visuals of them cleaning up the human body and remains of Amelia, all those parts. And I like that interchanging dialogue with the interchanging cuts as well. It's really, really well done. And obviously it's a younger Bryan Cranston there in that scene. And his face is really well obscured with the lighting to, I guess, hide the de-aging that's being used. Or if they have the used the aging on his face, or they've used a younger lookalike Bryan Cranston right there, and you have the shadows covering like 3/4 of his face most of the time, and then you get the little sneak peeks right there where maybe there's like a 25% like I guess shown of his face that's not covered in this sort of dark lighting or shadow lighting, and you sort of get the idea that it is a younger Walter White. But yeah, I sort of clocked it a bit later that they're obviously talking about the makeup, I think, of the human body in terms of like what sort of substances take up a certain percentage of that, and then obviously you have the interchanging cuts of them actually cleaning up a dissolved human body, which is very clever.
Just be quick about it. Oh, and please don't say yo. You
Reminds
can't know how much I hate that.
reminds her of Jesse. Yo yo yo.
What are you gonna do about this? Marie, you need to look me in the eye. I am strictly asking about a story that I'm writing. That's all. Right hand to God, Walter Jr. is not on pot. Certainly not as far as I know. Not as far as you know.
The vibes are not immaculate at the moment.
What else did he tell you?
Pretty much everything you could think of. He was a high school teacher. One time he taught about carbon dioxide by making grape soda in class.
The receipts.
You have a son who's retarded.
Hey,
or in a
hey.
wheelchair or something.
Hey.
It shouldn't come across as some news flash. That partner of yours, he's got a big mouth.
I was literally about to do that hand gesture.
Walter, I don't know what you think you're doing here. But trust me, this line of work doesn't suit you.
So I should just let you go then? Unlock you and adios, huh?
I don't see what real choice you have. If it's between that and cold-blooded murder, your real problem's sitting upstairs.
Walter's mind is not only plagued by cancer, his mind is... Oh, not mind. His body's not only plagued by cancer, his mind is plagued by freaking moral decisions and ideas he has to make.
I'm trying to pitch one off in here.
So you told him my name?
That's who, him?
My name? Where I work? You told him about my son?
Don't touch me!
Going down the toilet. Watch it go!
No, that's worth 40 grand, you stupid
It's
shit.
worth nothing when you smoke it all! Get off the toilet! Get off the toilet! Off the... No! No way!
This is like a father disciplining his son.
All right, how am I supposed to live here now, huh? My whole house smells like toe cheese and dry cleaning.
Because you didn't follow my instructions!
Oh, well, Heil Hitler, bitch. And let me tell you something else. We flipped a coin. You and me. You and me. Coin flip is sacred. Your job is waiting for you in that basement, as per the coin. Fucking do it already.
The coin is gospel. The coin is Bible. It is the be-all and end-all.
Sorry, babe. I'm just, kind of in the middle of something here.
When the wife calls, you pick up the phone. In the middle of a drug bust.
Babe, what's up?
Walter Jr.
Yeah, what about him?
Marijuana. He's smoking it. Excuse me, his own mother seems to think so.
Oh, she's so frustrating.
She inferred it, huh?
She strongly inferred it. Like, doctor, my friend suffers from erectile dysfunction. Please, come on already.
Yeah, all right.
I want you to talk to him.
Walt should talk to him. Hell, Skylar, better yet, she'll kick his butt up and down the block.
I think it ought to be you.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen. I'll swing by their place after work.
Good. Scare him straight.
Hey, where's my sugar?
Is this a little bit of foreshadowing here for the series with Skylar's sister right here, in terms of her making too many assumptions, or, coming to conclusions too early before knowing the full extent of the truth, and possibly causing a lot of friction between individuals in their relationships? Because right there, Skylar, her sister, said her hand to God that obviously Walter White Jr. is not on pot, and she took basically nothing out of that. Obviously, Skylar was referring to Walter in that situation, and obviously she was using the analogy of her writing a book or a story about that to get past that, and then straight away Skylar's sister just came to the wrong conclusion, and I'm interested to see whether that's a little bit of foreshadowing for any other events like this in the future. Just a long shot probably, but we'll see. Is she gonna steal him? What? She's a bigger crook than...
Does look like a nice place? No, not really. Think you'd like to live here?
No.
Sure about that?
Yeah, pretty sure. I thought we were going to Cold Stone Creamery.
Yeah. Well, with a little detour. Figure we'll come over here and check out how the other half lives. This here is what we call the Crystal Palace. Now, you know who lives in the palace? Meth heads. Nasty, skeevy meth heads who sell their grandma's coochie for a hit.
I like Hank.
Oh, you think that's funny?
Yeah.
That's funny, huh? Yeah.
And
Let
Walter
me tell you
White
something.
Jr. I like
Every
him.
last one of these miserable wastes of skin got started. How? How do you think they got started?
I don't know.
What do you think it was they were all doing before they graduated to shoot meth in their dicks? Gateway drug. That's what we call it. Dollars to donuts, and I shit you not, that gateway drug was marijuana.
So, why are you telling me this?
Because I love you, you little bastard. But hey, I was young once, you know. The world's a messed up place, you know. Just this one time. Hey, you! Yeah, you, princess! Get over here! Check this out. See what I'm talking about.
Hey, I ain't holding, okay?
I say you can open your mouth and hands off the car. Other side. Go around the other side. Talk to my friend here.
Wendy.
Wendy, huh? How much you charge for a Wendy, Wendy?
Hey, I ain't doing him. He's a kid.
Jesus, was that my question? Don't think so hard. It's gonna hurt your brain. Are you on the pipe? You on the needle?
Nothing. Neither.
Yeah. Just show us your teeth. Huh? Come on, Wendy. Let's see those pearly whites. Oh, God. See that? Pipe, definitely. Something you want to ask Wendy?
No, not really.
You ever smoke anything else, Wendy? Sausages don't count. Seriously.
Is.
Tell my friend here how you got started. Probably used to be, like a Girl Scout, or probably sang in the church choir.
What are you, like, handicapped?
He broke his leg playing football. He's a QB. Got an arm like a howitzer. So tell me, Wendy, you smoke pot?
Why, you got some?
Oh, right. Perfect. Get lost. Get out of here. Hey, fair warning. Next time I'm going to bust you.
It's similar to episode 2 right here, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of this in the show where you have a serious situation, but the serious situation has 2 layers to it, if that makes sense, and those 2 layers are 2 different tones. That's what I see out of it. You obviously have the comedic element to it, obviously with the Hank Walter White Jr. interaction, the friendly banter that's going on between them two, the friendly banter with the dialogue and questioning this individual. But the other layer, there's that serious nature to it, in terms of like you're looking at this individual who's basically obviously lost her life, or her life's gone down the gutter because of these drug issues, and she's become a prostitute, and that's the way she's living. Like, you just take one look at her and it's just sad to see. Even though the other layer is obviously that comedic banter between Hank and Walter White Jr., and it's all done really well. This is that other layer of seriousness is there, and it's present, it's in the forefront, and I don't forget that as well. Like, even though it's a comedic sort of delivery at points, I don't forget that this is a sad situation and it's dealing with real world issues and real world problems right now. And I feel like it's also a situation of Walter and Jesse's situation and what they're getting into as well.
So what do you think?
Cool. Shut the door. Shut the door. Lock it. Lock it. Lock it.
Oh, it's Jesse.
Who the hell was that? They ask about me. Huh?
No, I think they just wanted pot.
Damn, Jesse, you're down in the dumps.
I love my root beer.
Weighing all the decisions and which ones outweigh the other, and that one on the right has a lot of weight to it.
You're at the car wash.
Yeah.
I seriously doubt that, since you quit 2 weeks ago.
Is that the cancer affecting his memory a bit?
I called Bogdan looking for you.
Oh, okay, she called him. Okay.
Quite an earful he gave me. Why don't you just stay there tonight?
Skylar?
Soon enough, he's gonna have to pull the trigger on the announcement. He doesn't like the crust. Or like the edges.
Oh.
That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Did he drop the keys? No, okay.
Damn. I didn't think you were coming back. I've never seen someone knock themselves out just by coughing. Were you in the same shit you used on me?
I've got lung cancer.
I love how they keep using that same shot from inside the fridge.
It's safe. There's no poison.
Yeah. So that'd be the way to do it. If you're gonna do it.
I suppose it would.
I mean, you being a chemist and all.
So, that name, Crazy Eight. Do I really have to call you that? I mean, no offense, but don't you have a real name?
Domingo.
I'd rather call you that, if you don't mind.
Whatever. I can't say I ever liked it much.
So, Domingo, you from around town here or someplace else?
Hey, Walter, you getting to know me is not going to make it easier for you to kill me. Not that I mind, you understand?
You know, you keep telling me that I don't have it in me. Well, maybe. But maybe not. I sure as hell am looking for any reason not to. I mean, any good reason at all. Sell me. Tell me what it is.
I guess I'd start off by promising that if you let me go, I won't come after you. That you'd be safe.
See,
I guess I'd say what happened between us never happened.
that's
What's best for both parties is we forget all about it.
that's the catch. It's hard to forget about
But you
it.
know that anybody in my situation will make promises like that.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
my case, they happen to be true. You never know for sure.
That's the risk. Is he gonna flip a coin on letting him go or not?
I don't know. But you gotta convince me. And you're going nowhere until you do.
Hey, yeah. I'm from here in town, man. ABQ, born and bred. Never left. Studied business administration over at UNM. Got my degree.
Really? Does that come in handy in the drug trade?
Doesn't hurt.
What does your dad do?
He owns Tampico Furniture over on Manal.
Wait a minute, I know that place. Wait a minute, that's that they used to have those late night
Stupid commercials.
they
man.
had, yeah.
That's him. Been doing them for over 30 years.
What, how did it go? It was don't let shopping strain your brain, oh. Just sing this short refrain, oh. Our furniture is bueno. Tampico is the name, oh.
At the there, you know what I love about this show right here? There's a massive emphasis with this show so far in the first 3 episodes or 2.5 episodes, 2 3/4 episodes. There's a massive emphasis on diegetic sound. And this is something I learned in my film studies. And I don't want to sound pretentious or anything. Please don't take it that way. But I just love to use like what I've studied and implement that in my reactions, and hopefully you guys learn as well. So like diegetic sound is real sound that emanates from the world and that the characters can hear. And there's a massive emphasis on diegetic sound in this show where you have conversations with individuals. And I love this conversation right here because at the same time, I'm warming up to Domingo as well. And I feel like Walter's warming up to him as well. And I don't know if it's going to make it easier for Walter to kill him or harder as he gets to know him even more. Probably harder, but at the same time, the diegetic sound in each scene is always present. We can hear it as well, and so can they. Where you'll have Jesse and Walter conversing with one another in the bathroom, for instance, and you hear in the background slight birds chirping. And it's not an instance where there's music layered in the background where it's just non-diegetic sound and it's just for the audience to hear. Every conversation that seems to happen in this show is always sort of scoreless, if that makes sense, or there's a lack of music in the one-on-one conversations or heart-to-heart conversations like this situation right here. And in the background in this, you can sort of hear like a leaking pipe in the distance, or water clattering on a pipe, or a pipe that's loose, or water dripping in the background. It seems like you can hear a little bit of the plumbing, and I just like that. Adds to the atmosphere of the situation where the music doesn't sort of drain from the intensity or the emotional weight of the scene. And I like that about this show so far, and I'm learning a lot from this show in terms of how to do one-on-one dialogue situations. You know, you take out any non-diegetic sound. You don't insert a layer of music that only the audience can hear. You leave it that's you leave the sound that's natural within the scene and you use the environment around you to create that sound, or you insert sounds that actually come, or you would know that would come out from that environment, like the birds chirping, like the sort of plumbing in the background. So I love that about this show so far. I love that. I love that.
I remember recognizing your dad from those commercials, although he wasn't anywhere near as friendly in real life.
Yeah, no shit. Hey, did he try selling you that extended warranty?
Yeah, I probably did. And I was probably dumb enough to buy it.
Yeah, that was his big thing. Ask him for a glass of water, tell you need an extended warranty on the ice.
Ah. Small world.
It is.
Oh,
The paths we take, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in a bang headshot moment, but nah.
Yeah.
They're still warming up to each other.
Just, you know, you got cancer.
No one but you.
And your family? Why not?
Not a conversation I'm even remotely ready to have.
That's why you're cooking meth. You want to leave money for your family. Hell, I mean, I'll write you a check right now if you let me go.
Hey, listen, Crazy 8 could become a good ally. Oh, but
Like I said, Walter, if this line of work doesn't suit you,
but at the same time,
get out before it's too late.
I'm thinking about that Venn diagram he drew, and that one on the right about letting him go and killing your family
I don't know what to do.
might outweigh the others.
You do.
This is hard because I'm thinking what I'd do in this situation, and it's got to that stage where I don't think I have to let him go, man. But like,
Get the key.
there we go. I wonder if Emilio's torn morally as well, where he's like, okay, if I get him to that stage where he warms up to me and he lets me go, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna deal with it. He killed my cousin, that's it. But at the same time, I think the reverse might have happened as well, for Emilio and Walter, where Emilio, warmed up to him as well, and he's like, I get his situation, I get why he's doing it. So that sympathy has been exchanged from both ends, and that empathy has been exchanged from both ends. I'm curious. I'm very curious to see. This has been my favorite episode so far, in my opinion. And it's because of that. My favorite scene has been this dialogue exchange between them two. It's not the crazy action. It's not the cooking meth. It's not the hectic chase sequences. It's been this scene right here. And it's funny. It's funny that a scene I found the most interesting in a show of cooking meth and like drug dealing and everything. It's just a conversation that's been my favorite, but it is. And I guess it wouldn't have led up to this conversation if it wasn't for those events that happened as well. So, but at the same time, it's just so good. It's so good. Brilliantly written, brilliantly performed. So what did he see in the bin? Did he take a piece of the glass? Or did he leave a piece of the glass and he's going to use it to get out? You're a smart man, Walter. But your smarts might have come a bit too late.
you doing this? Why are you doing this?
See, that kind of reminds me of Michael Myers. They used that in the first or last episode as well. I love that shot of Walter walking down the stairs. Okay, so what's the glass or the missing glass symbol? Oh, he's gonna kill him with it.
Doing the right thing, Walter.
Yeah, he's playing him. Playing him.
You wanna?
His true intentions were revealed. I think he's gonna have to kill him here or poke him with the key or something.
So you're not angry?
What do you mean? Angry?
He's angry. He's angry.
Live and let live, man.
That's very understanding.
Whatever, man. I just want to go home.
You know what would be funny in this situation? If, say, Emilio doesn't have the glass and he assumes that, and the glass piece is just somewhere else. Like, he didn't even look around the room for it or anything. Like, it fell maybe underneath something. And it's shown later or something that he forgot the glass piece. And it was just that assumption that Emilio had it that, you know, made him make that decision to take Emilio's life when in reality he didn't have it. But we assume here that Emilio has it. But I'm trying to think that maybe he doesn't, and it's actually somewhere else. But it's just that thought that's got him to that point.
Walter.
I don't want to pause again, but I do, and I've noticed again with the diegetic sound, I've noticed that the plumbing sound or whatever, the water leaking, has gotten increasingly louder, and it does sound like a live heartbeat, like a diegetic heartbeat, like a real world live heartbeat right there, and it's starting to race much quicker, and it's starting. So rather than inserting like sort of like a non-diegetic heartbeat where it's just for the audience to hear, they've sort of used the plumbing and the water leaking as sort of like a symbol for Walter's racing heart in this situation, if that makes sense, because it's gotten increasingly louder. And with the conversation they had before, it was faint and you could hear it in the background. But as Walter's about to make this decision here, you can hear the plumbing and the water leaking. I guess that's what it is. Much louder in the scene. And I guess that's there to represent, I guess, Walter's heart racing in this situation, or both of them.
The moment I do, are you gonna stick me with that broken piece of plate?
Oh, so he did have it. He did have it. Man, Walter, that hip flexibility. Oh. So he did actually have it. I was just thinking that the show might throw another curveball when he didn't actually have it.
I'm so sorry.
I know we're 3 episodes in, but this has been the best episode so far. I love how we sort of have all these establishing shots as well as normal day-to-day life goes on in the neighborhood when something dramatic just happened inside of Jesse's house. Like, yeah, normal life goes on. Older elderly couples jogging along, watering the grass. But at the same time, horror house show right there. Oh, Walter cleaned up, all right.
I'm Rain Man, counting his toothpicks.
Yeah, you're like Rain Man. Retarded.
Yeah, baby.
Croaked our snitch.
Hey, agent!
You got something?
The mask. Oh, the mask. So it wasn't just useless kids wearing it. Or random kids wearing it.
I don't know. It just doesn't it seem like something's missing?
I like that shot right there at the end. How Walter is stationary on sort of like the bridge overlooking the highway, and you sort of have the wide shot panning, or slowly zooming in, and as the camera zooms in, the highway becomes obscured and blurred out, and we rack focus onto Walter's face. Now, I don't know if that's meant to show that the journey ahead is becoming murky and blurry, where he has no sense of direction, he doesn't know where to go next, but that's what I thought that meant. I don't know if that's meant to symbolize something or I look too much into it, but I felt like just me thinking cinematically right now, and just like my filmmaking brain, or whatever filmmaking, my film learning brain coming into play right there, where I enjoyed that shot where the highway is in clear view, and as the camera slowly pans in or zooms in, it becomes more murky, obscured, and blurred out as we rack focus onto Walter's face. And yeah, probably to demonstrate that what I just said before, the journey ahead is very, very murky. There's no sense of direction, and Walter doesn't know what to do next.
What about the soul?
The soul.
A part of his soul left as he killed that individual.
There's nothing but chemistry here.
That's what Voldemort did with the Horcruxes.
Skylar. There's something I have to tell you.
Oh, next episode. That's so frustrating. Oh, that was the best episode to date yet. And yeah, I've said what needed to be said about this episode by pausing throughout. I'm not gonna say any more in the outro or anything. But that was the best episode of Breaking Bad so far. 3 episodes in. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And I've made my commentary on the sort of cinematic techniques and filmmaking aspects of this, and I absolutely loved it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction. As always, it's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care, God bless, and peace. That was amazing.